Welcome to a world where science defies nature and creation turns into chaos. In today's video, Hybrid Horrors, Monsters Born of Science, we'll explore the terrifying results of human experimentation gone wrong, creatures that blur the line between biology and nightmare. From twisted lab experiments to secret government projects and mythic beasts reborn through technology. These hybrids prove that when humanity plays God, the consequences are monstrous. Prepare to uncover the shocking truth behind the science that created these abominations. This is not fiction, it's the dark side of innovation. Let's dive into the horrors science tried to hide. Hybrid Horrors, Monsters Born of Science. When science plays God. Throughout history, humanity has pursued knowledge with unrelenting determination, unlocking mysteries of the natural world, bending the laws of biology, and redefining what it means to be alive. Yet, with every leap forward, there lies a shadow, the fear that science might go too far. The idea of hybrid horrors, monstrous beings created through twisted experiments, genetic manipulation, or scientific ambition, embodies this timeless warning. From the earliest myths of man-made creatures to modern-day experiments in cloning and bioengineering, these monsters are more than just stories. They are reflections of our moral struggles, our desire for control, and our fear of what we might become. In this exploration, we'll journey through history, myth, and science to uncover how human curiosity gave birth to the concept of hybrid horrors, monsters born not of magic or curse, but of cold, calculated creation. 1. The ancient roots of artificial life. Long before laboratories and gene splicing, ancient civilizations dreamed of creating life. In these myths, the hybrid horror often began as a symbol of divine hubris or forbidden knowledge. The golem, clay and command. In Jewish folklore, the golem was a man-shaped creature made from clay and brought to life through sacred rituals and Hebrew incantations. The most famous tale tells of Rabbi Judah Loew of Prague, who molded a golem to protect his people. Yet, the creature eventually grew uncontrollable, forcing its creator to destroy it. The golem represents one of humanity's oldest fears, that our creations may one day turn on us. Greek myths and the birth of artificial beings. The Greeks told of Hephaestus, the god of blacksmiths, who forged living machines of gold to serve the gods, early automata that predated modern robotics. Another tale tells of Pygmalion, who sculpted a statue so beautiful that Aphrodite brought it to life. These myths hint at the same tension seen in modern science, the desire to create perfection and the unpredictable results of doing so. Egyptian chimeras and hybrid gods. In ancient Egypt, gods like Anubis, half-human, half-jackal, or Batet, half-human, half-cat, embodied the merging of species. To the Egyptians, such hybrids were symbols of divine power and cosmic balance. But to modern eyes, they foreshadow genetic blending, a motif that science fiction would later twist into horror. These early stories reveal a universal pattern, the merging of man and monster as a metaphor for creation without restraint. Ancient myths gave form to a fear that would follow humanity into the Age of Reason. 2. Frankenstein, the birth of the modern hybrid horror. The true dawn of the scientific monster came with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, 1818. Written during an era of great scientific discovery, Shelley's novel captured the anxiety of creation through science. Dr. Victor Frankenstein sought to conquer death by reanimating lifeless flesh, stitching together corpses to form a new being. But instead of a triumph of life, he unleashed a being tormented by rejection, loneliness, and rage. Science as creator, science as curse. Shelley's creature was not inherently evil. It was a victim of its creator's ambition and society's cruelty. The real monster, as Shelley subtly suggested, was Frankenstein himself, the man who sought to play God. The story serves as a warning that scientific progress without ethical restraint leads to tragedy. Frankenstein marked a turning point in literature, giving birth to the archetype of the mad scientist, a figure whose brilliance is matched only by their arrogance. From this point forward, the hybrid horror became not just a monster of flesh, but a moral lesson about humanity's reach exceeding its grasp. 3. 20th century science and the rise of biological horror. With the advent of real scientific breakthroughs, from Darwin's theory of evolution to the discovery of DNA, fiction began reflecting new fears about hybridization, mutation, and loss of human identity. The Island of Dr. Moreau, 1896. H.G. Wells' The Island of Dr. Moreau was one of the first novels to explore vivisection and biological manipulation. Moreau's Island was home to grotesque human-animal hybrids, results of surgical experimentation meant to elevate beasts into humans. These creatures, torn between instinct and intelligence, echo the eternal question, what defines humanity? Wells' story was horrifying not because of the monsters themselves, but because of the ethical vacuum behind their creation. In Moreau's quest to impose his will upon nature, he became a reflection of scientific cruelty, the embodiment of unchecked experimentation, Cold War genetics, and atomic mutants. After World War II, the hybrid horror evolved with new fears: radiation, mutation, and scientific arms races. The atomic bomb introduced humanity to the idea that science could destroy as easily as it could create. Films of the 1950s and 1960s, such as Them, Godzilla, and The Fly, depicted creatures twisted by radiation or scientific accidents. The Fly, 1958, and its 1986 remake are particularly emblematic. A scientist's teleportation experiment fuses his body with that of a fly, transforming him into a grotesque hybrid. The result is both tragic and terrifying, a man losing his humanity to the very science he mastered. These stories weren't merely entertainment. They mirrored the public's growing fear of technological overreach, government secrecy, and scientific arrogance. 4. The age of genetic engineering and designer monsters. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, hybrid horrors took on a new realism. As cloning, genetic modification, and synthetic biology became reality, the line between fiction and possibility blurred. Jurassic Park and the Ethics of Resurrection. Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park 1990 introduced the idea of genetic resurrection, reviving extinct creatures through DNA manipulation. The cloned dinosaurs were not magical monsters. They were scientific creations, made by humans who believed they could control nature. As chaos ensued, the novel and its film adaptation drove home the message: life finds a way. Crichton's warning was clear. The true danger lies not in what we can create, but in what we fail to understand. The hybridization of science and profit can lead to catastrophic consequences. Real-world parallels. In reality, scientists have already blurred ethical boundaries in pursuit of advancement. Genetic engineering has produced hybrid species like geep, goat-sheep hybrids, and genetically modified animals for research. CRISPR technology now allows direct editing of genes, potentially giving rise to enhanced or altered organisms. While the promise of curing diseases and improving life is immense, the potential for misuse is equally frightening. It's not difficult to imagine how such technology, in the wrong hands, could lead to the creation of real hybrid horrors, beings that challenge the very definition of life. 5. Modern myth. Hybrid horrors in contemporary media. In the 21st century, stories of bioengineered monsters have evolved to reflect current anxieties about biotechnology, AI, and transhumanism. Modern hybrid horrors are no longer just beasts. They're warnings about humanity's relationship with creation, power, and identity. The bioweapon and the lab escape. Movies like Resident Evil and Splice depict scientific experiments that spiral out of control. In Splice, two geneticists create a human-animal hybrid named Dren, intelligent, emotional, and deadly. The film explores the ethics of creation and the blurred lines between parental care and scientific manipulation. Similarly, the Resident Evil franchise portrays a corporation that weaponizes biology, unleashing viral mutations that lead to monstrous hybrids and apocalypse. Here, the hybrid horror becomes a metaphor for corporate greed and the consequences of treating life as a commodity. Cybernetics and transhumanism. The idea of hybridization has expanded beyond biology. In cyberpunk stories like Ghost in the Shell or Blade Runner, humans merge with machines, becoming cybernetic hybrids. These stories ask, when we augment ourselves beyond nature's limits, do we remain human? Such hybrids reflect the modern fear of losing identity in a world where technology increasingly integrates with flesh, where artificial intelligence, neural implants, and gene editing could redefine what life truly means. The monster within, psychological hybrids. Modern interpretations also explore the internal hybrid, the fusion of human morality with monstrous desire. In The Incredible Hulk, Venom, and even Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the hybrid horror exists within the self. These stories suggest that science's ability to manipulate the human psyche is as dangerous as physical mutation, merging man and monster not in body, but in mind. 6. Real science behind the fiction. While these tales sound like pure fantasy, modern science has edged closer to their reality. Several real-world experiments mirror the foundations of hybrid horror. Human-animal chimeras. In 2017, scientists successfully grew human cells inside pig embryos, creating the first human-animal chimeras. The goal was noble, to grow human organs for transplantation, but it raised ethical questions about consciousness and identity. If an animal embryo develops partly human brain cells, could it gain sentience, artificial intelligence, and synthetic biology? Synthetic biology now allows researchers to design entirely new life forms from scratch. Combined with AI, the potential for autonomous biological machines becomes plausible. Life that can self-replicate, adapt, and evolve independently of its creator. In this realm, the line between invention and life blurs completely, echoing the fears first expressed in Frankenstein. What happens when our creations stop obeying us? The quest for immortality. Modern science also seeks to defeat aging and death, ambitions eerily similar to Frankenstein's dream. Through stem cell research, genetic rejuvenation, and digital consciousness, scientists aim to extend life indefinitely. But if success comes, it may bring new horrors. Beings neither alive nor dead, trapped between organic decay and technological immortality. 7. Moral lessons of the hybrid horror. At its core, the hybrid horror genre serves as both a mirror and a warning. Every creature, from Frankenstein's monster to modern genetic hybrids, carries a message about responsibility and restraint, hubris, and the fall of the creator. The recurring theme across centuries is hubris, the pride of those who believe they can control nature. Whether it's Dr. Moreau, Victor Frankenstein, or a corporate geneticist, the pattern is the same. The pursuit of godlike power leads to downfall. The monsters they create aren't just physical abominations. They are reflections of their creator's flaws. They embody human guilt, arrogance, and the consequences of ignoring moral boundaries. The fear of losing humanity. Hybrid horrors also express a deep existential fear that we may one day cease to be human. In merging with other species, machines, or artificial intelligence, we risk diluting what makes us unique. The horror lies not just in the creature's form, but in its implications. If we can no longer define human, what meaning does morality hold? The ethical dilemma of creation. The most haunting question remains, should we create what we can create? Science gives us tools of immense power, but ethics must guide their use. Hybrid horrors remind us that unchecked innovation, driven by ambition rather than compassion, leads to destruction of both creator and creation. 8. The future of hybrid horrors. As technology advances, the line between imagination and reality continues to fade. Artificial intelligence may merge with biological systems. Synthetic humans could become indistinguishable from natural ones. The monsters of fiction may one day walk among us, not as myths, but as experiments. Post-human monsters. Future hybrids may not be accidental abominations, but deliberate evolutions. Designed superhumans, engineered soldiers, or artificial intelligences housed in organic bodies. Such beings may surpass us in intelligence and strength, forcing humanity to confront its obsolescence. The horror will no longer stem from mutation or deformity, but from perfection. a world where humanity is replaced by its own creations. Hope amid the fear. Yet, not all is bleak. The same science that inspires horror also holds potential for healing. Genetic editing could eliminate disease, cybernetic implants could restore mobility, and synthetic organs could save countless lives. The challenge lies in ensuring that compassion, not power, guides creation. In the end, hybrid horrors serve as our conscience, reminding us that progress must walk hand in hand with wisdom. The monster in the mirror. Hybrid horrors are not just tales of beasts born in laboratories or creatures of stitched flesh and broken DNA. They are reflections of us, of our dreams, fears, and desires to transcend our limitations. Every monster carries a piece of its maker's soul, and every act of creation echoes the ancient warning. Just because we can doesn't mean we should. Science has given humanity the power to rewrite life itself. Whether that leads to salvation or damnation depends on the choices we make. For in the end, the true hybrid horror is not the creature born of science, but the creator who forgets what it means to be human. And that's the chilling world of hybrid horrors, monsters born of science. These creatures remind us that curiosity without limits can lead to nightmares beyond imagination. Whether born in secret labs or through reckless experimentation, they stand as warnings of humanity's dangerous ambition to control life itself. If you enjoyed uncovering these dark scientific creations, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown. Leave a comment below. What hybrid horror do you think could exist today? Until next time, stay curious, but beware of what science might create next.